All right, I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok. Live on YouTube. All right, we ready. Peace to Yahuwah. Peace to Yahuwah. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. I hope you are as well. We got an upcoming workshop on affidavits. I'm gonna need y'all to go to the workshop to get the affidavit, because right after that, I will be doing a workshop on what y'all call discharge. God dag it. This daggone holder ain't holding. Going backwards. All right. Ugh. All right. So I'll be doing a workshop on the 31st of December on what y'all call discharge. And it will work, and it's the law, and y'all guarantee know this is what y'all been waiting for, and I don't know why no one else has taught it. It's crazy. And it's been in front of y'all. Y'all just had to interpret it, right? Now, with that being said, so you want to get on that affidavit workshop, and the affidavit workshop is next week. It's only $125. I'm not trying to kill y'all. I'm trying to get everyone the information. Got to pay my production team to do that. That's not coming out of my pocket. You know what I mean? So go to jonahbay.com to see the flyer for the workshop. Next week, it's on all my social media, the flyer, so you'll know what's going on. With that being said, let me get into today's lesson. I'm continuing what I was reading Monday. So I stopped off here. Although golden eagles, double eagles, silver dollars were lovely to look at and delightful to hold, the holder of the $50 Federal Reserve note, although entitled to redeem his note, was not entitled to do so in precious metal. And that was from the Federal Reserve Act 1612, USC 411, Coinage Acts 1965, 102, and 31 USC 392. Now, you wouldn't want to carry around gold and silver anyway. Like I said, the other day I'm moving the gold and silver coins, and heavy as shit, bro. And I had to take several trips, yo. Several trips. It's too damn heavy. So keep that in mind. But let me go on. Here, the justice of the Ninth Circuit admitted that this gentleman was entitled to redeem his notes. Savings to suitor clause. Savings to suitors. In all cases, the right of the common law remedy where common law is competent to give. It is wise for the justice of the Ninth Circuit not to stand between the people and their remedy by law. See, they can't stand in your way from getting your remedy. You just got to know it. Sadly, we can deduce by the verbiage that this gentleman did not know about the emergency existing between 1861, stinking Lincoln. He put it in effect when he brought back and created the greenbacks. And about the gold seizure of 1933, at least he wasn't acknowledging it in the law. Whereas the Ninth Circuit justice know the history of America. So as I told y'all, it was a Supreme Court case on it. Yup, no one's told y'all that. Here's The informed opinion from the Attorney General of the state of Michigan. It is my opinion that the U.S. Constitution 110 does not require the state of Michigan to pay its debts or receive payment of debts exclusively in either gold or silver coin. It is further my opinion that the state may not require payment of private debts exclusively in either gold or silver coin, since Congress alone possesses the exercises that authority. Opinion 5934, July 15, 1961. So they said you could do shit in the private. It's just like when I show y'all how to do the express trust. The express trust, you can create money in the express trust, or what is called trust certificates. And y'all can trade trust certificates privately. So guess what? Federal Reserve notes is considered a private trust certificates. That's why you have to be a member of the Federal Reserve Bank to even have and receive Federal Reserve notes. Well, it's said in law that if you have Federal Reserve notes in your possession, you are a Federal Reserve Bank. And the person who gave it to you, like if I was to give you Federal Reserve notes, I would be a Federal Reserve agent. So your straw man is a Federal Reserve agent and a Federal Reserve Bank, and been operating that way from the beginning. Y'all didn't know that. From the beginning. How you like those apples? Okay. Let's read on. Therefore, one should pay attention only to how Congress defines lawful money. And it's in a court case. You might want to do your research on this court case. If you understand this court case, you wouldn't need me to tell you how to get treasury notes. You would understand how to do it. U.S. versus Rickman, 638 F 2D 182. Congress has declared that Federal Reserve notes are legal tender. Right? There's a difference between legal tender and lawful money or treasury notes. It's a difference, plain and simple. That's why they defined it as legal tender, not lawful money, not treasury notes. In a similar case, U.S. versus Ware, 308 F2D 400, United States notes shall be lawful money and legal tender in payment of all debts, public and private. And that contract right there is written on the dollar. Did y'all know that? It's written on the dollar. So y'all know I'm not lying. This is the facts. Within the United States, except for duties on imports and interests of the public debt. Attorneys in black robes are trained to give opinions that make it sound as though they have the authority to define lawful money. I just told you the definition by Congress, and it's from this very case. Defendant argues that the Federal Reserve notes in which he was paid were not lawful money within the meaning of the Constitution at 1(8). We have held to the contrary. We find no validity in the distinction between defendant draws between lawful money and legal tender. U.S. versus Ware, 308 F2D 400, 402 to 403. See, a lot of people was like, yeah, see, I told you, I went to the I went to the Federal Reserve Bank. I went to the bank and I said I wanted to redeem in lawful money. I gave it to them, and they gave me a federal treasury note. I mean, they gave me a Federal Reserve note back. They didn't give me lawful money. That's because you keep on expecting to get gold and silver coins. Do you really believe if you handed them, let's say, $1,000 bill? Yes, there's such thing as $1,000 bill. And you said redeeming lawful money, they supposed to give you $1,000 worth of gold? Huh? And if they did give you a gold coin, right, would it make sense? Because a Federal Reserve note against one gold coin is about $1,500. You wouldn't even have enough money to get a gold coin. It's a moving slide that don't add up. It's a moving slide that don't add up. If you want gold and silver, you can go buy gold and silver from a gold or silver dealer. So a lot of y'all's brains shut off when they don't give you gold and silver. That's because y'all really don't know the difference between lawful money. Lawful money is anything that the Treasury makes. Any instrument the Treasury makes is lawful money. So when y'all get y'all's tax return, y'all receive it in lawful money, but y'all convert it into Federal Reserve notes. Y'all don't know no better. Y'all are incompetent. Right? Ware endorsed his paychecks, and by doing so, he bonded his substance to elastic currency, silently claiming thereby that the elastic currency was as good as lawful money to him. Money in the medium of exchange, legal tender is money which the law requires a creditor to receive in payment for obligation. The powers granted to Congress by the Constitution include authority over revenue, finance, and currency. Norman versus B and O.R. Co. 294 U.S. 240 55 S.CT.40779. See? And for the people who understand how to look up cases, I'm giving you the whole case. But most people, when I tell the case number and all that, y'all don't understand it. So y'all better off looking for it by looking court case Norman versus B&O R Co. Y'all better off looking that way to try to find it. In the exercise of that power, Congress has declared that Federal Reserve notes are legal tender and are not redeemable in lawful money. The defendant received Federal Reserve notes when he cashed his paychecks and used those notes to pay his personal expenses. He obtained and used lawful money. This explains the frustration of so many patriots going into the bank with FRNs demanding lawful money in exchange for FRNs. They walk in admitting that they endorse private credit as being money. Federal Reserve notes are not lawful money. They are not United States notes. They are lawful money. They're coming in with Federal Reserve notes, private credit, demanding Federal Reserve notes, lawful money, but they've already incurred a tax liability. They've already endorsed the private credit. So, y'all been taking checks and cashing checks as Federal Reserve notes. One of your main problems, right? With that being said, it's Consultation Wednesday. I guess it's time for me to open up the call line. All right, all right. I'm going to 585-328. Peace to Yahoo. Peace. What up? When you say billing error code, I don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. What code are you to tell me the law you're talking about, sis? What is the law? I must have talked about it a while ago. See, what happens is I concentrate on whatever uh, topic I'm talking about, then I move on. I won't know it if you ask me months later. Yup. Right. Hmm. Yeah, I think you would. I think you would be able to eliminate that. First of all, you're telling me they sold the debt. They're a third party debt collector, so they first of all don't even have your information to collect the debt. You got to first challenge them on that too. You a- all the information, all the information that you've learned before is the same information. You just do it as a proper affidavit, as a real man instead of a straw man, by making it. Yes, you make it an actual affidavit and tell them make it an actual affidavit and tell them how they violated the actual contract with the billing ever. Tell them how they violated this law, and then make them respond. Say, I need you to respond in X amount of days, or else by law that you're able to do it, and under penalties of perjury. Um, if not, if you telling me, if you if you telling me you read the law right, they violated the law right, then you it would be crazy for you to ask me, is that legal? You already know it's not. You know what I mean? It's how you present it. It's how you write it. It's not about whether they're doing right or wrong. If you don't if you don't write it correctly, they could get away with it. You have no rights if you don't know how to defend. Right. Right. This is why I'm trying to tell people, yo, affidavit, do it right. They could never eliminate an affidavit. Affidavit is absolute evidence, a proper one. You know what I mean? This is why it's so important that everyone learn how to do a proper affidavit in the republic. And I keep on saying that, but they want to do what they want to do, or I know how to write an affidavit and da da da. Yo, you've been losing. I've been winning. If you lose, it's got to be something that you don't know. Right. Most people never knew how to do an affidavit according to law. They've always done it the way they've seen everyone else do it. If they've seen someone else do it, they always looked at other court documents and did it the way the lawyer. The lawyer isn't required to do an affidavit as a real man or woman. You know what I mean? So I tell people, no, you don't know what you think you know. You think you know shit, but you don't know it. And that be jamming people up. But I can look at the paperwork and I'll be like, damn. And then I'm looking at the way people are writing their affidavits, just the story. The story don't tell who, what, when, where, why, how. And I'm like, yo, this shit fucked up. And law is specific. Law is specific. And people aren't being specific. And come on, let's keep it real. The way they like to skim and read, they don't even read the whole damn thing. So if you ain't reading the whole damn thing, how you gonna get the comprehension of the whole damn thing? It's not possible. All right, wonderful talking to you, sis. Let me move on to the next caller. All right. He said, "What if the court ignores you and your paperwork?" Bro, I found, especially lately, they can ignore your paperwork because your paperwork ain't done correctly. It ain't done correctly. If it ain't done correctly, they don't have to listen to none of that shit. All right, there's a maxim in law. Hold on. Next week I was gonna go into the maxims of law, but let me see if I can find it real quick and look at the maxim of law to give you the truth. Because a lot of y'all don't believe this. Now, this was written, maximum law was written before they even had this law system or the Constitution set up in America. So it's under this book. It's called The Maximum Law, English version, and it's by who wrote it? Macintosh. Right? So I go down to chapter 2, and it talks about action. Acts, acts, act, acts, and actions. The frequency of an act affects much. Acts required to be done by law do not admit of qualification. Every action proceeds in its own way or course. Certain legal consequences are attached to the voluntary act of a person. See, it keeps on breaking down to you in short sentences. And each one of them has a case that's a tribute to that from the past. It's telling you that your actions will overshadow what you're trying to do in court. When this maximum law, I gave y'all a couple of shows ago. It said if you don't know how to do an affidavit, there is no court. You could never have court without a proper affidavit. So by y'all's own actions of not knowing how to do affidavits, y'all have put them in a position that the only thing they can give you is a administrative hearing. Y'all are having administrative hearings by your own actions of not knowing. And a lot of y'all are too egotistical to hear what I'm saying and don't want to change. But doing the same thing and expecting a different result is lunacy. It's crazy. You're a lunatic. Let me open up the call line, take another caller. All right, I'm going to 312604. Peace to Yahoo. Thank you. Man, you got her working while she on vacation, and she way in England. Mhm. Uh, I'm pretty sure she didn't make them. I don't see no products made, so she can make it, and she can't make them from England because I don't know how to do the recipes. I don't make that stuff. She does. That's her business. Okay. Okay. Uh, 3 capfuls of bleach, 3 capfuls of ammonia, uh, Epsom salt. Uh-huh. And bleach, ammonia, Epsom salt. Yeah, and then a tea candle, light the tea candle, and you sit in that bath until the tea candle is gone. Yeah. Well, you don't have to put the sea salt. You put the bath bomb in, and just the 3 capfuls of ammonia and 3 capfuls of bleach. Hmm. I want you to empty your goddamn mind of what you think you know. I want the glass to be empty. Right. I find that the old information gets in the way of learning new information. People want to hold on to that old information, and why? If it wasn't working, why? Right, right. Mhm. That's what's up. Yeah, study those cases. So then on the 31st, when I show you, right, you'll be familiar with all of it. Like I said, I'm going to show you the law anyway. See, the biggest problems with people with the way I teach, they be trying to debate me. Nigga, you're not debating me. You're going to debate the law, and it don't matter. The law is going to be the law. They be disobedient. They be like, I don't want to do that. Well, this is the law that they put out that says you got to do it this way. Everything that y'all doing, there's either a law against, or everything you do with the straw man, there's a statute and code that says you can't do it or you can do it. Everything is based on law, and the laws are the contracts for the government. Y'all got to know that. Fact. Fact. See, a lot of people don't understand. I just told them tonight. You're a Federal Reserve Bank by law. You're a Federal Reserve agent by law, right? The bad enough that the Social Security number made you a bank, Federal Reserve Bank, right? But then you went off and joined and became a member of a certain bank like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or whatever. You know what I mean? You got tons of contracts that says I want to deal, I want to be a bank dealing with Federal Reserve notes. Now, it's said that if you really didn't want to deal with Federal Reserve notes, you're supposed to have a goddamn bank account with the post office, a checking account with a savings account with the post office. You ain't supposed to be getting bank accounts with these banks, Federal Reserve banks. A lot of people are. What I'm giving you is although I'm going to show y'all how to do that as well, but I got to get y'all to a certain point before I can show you how to do that. All of this shit is based on laws. It's just like someone asked me the other day, you said a thing about the attorney general. I want to know that. And I was talking about how there's a law that Congress made that can make you into a private attorney general. Most people, I know a lot of people that use the Patriots, they ain't using it correctly, so it does nothing for them. But by the time I get to that lesson, y'all gonna see exactly what y'all doing. Y'all gonna go in courthouses and all that and change the courthouse back to the republic with that information. But you got to have the other laws to know how to enforce it. No, no. All right, peace. All right, I'm going to call her 616-535. Peace to Yahoo. Peace. Has nothing to do with status. Discharge has nothing to do with status. Has to do with comprehension in your actions. See, you got to understand, if we didn't have the exact law or we didn't comprehend the exact law, then we create things to try to make it work, right? And the problem with that is, Even when I showed y'all the original discharge webinar, right? It works. It works sometimes because it puts you in the position that they'll discharge whenever they want to, right? And I showed you the law that says that they're going to do it whenever they want to. Well, the law that I'm showing you now is the absolute law, and they don't have a choice. But I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not called discharge. Discharge is what you're doing every day with the Federal Reserve notes. When y'all give them Federal Reserve notes, it's being discharged. When y'all are using Treasury notes, it's getting paid. You own it outright. You know what I mean? That's the status change. That's the difference. I still do important paperwork. Yes, I use that magic. That magic out of the Book of Psalms. I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm slipping. I'm slipping, bro. Even the brother came back and asked me about the spiritual bath tonight. I stopped talking about it. I'm slipping. Jonah can fuck up too. Right. Well, that's the job to keep on at it because repetition is how most people learn. So I gotta say it. I gotta say it again a different way. I gotta leave that subject alone, come back a few months, a year later, and teach it again. And now they comprehend. You know what I mean? Repetition. Some people ain't ready for the information when they first get it. Goes over their head. Then you teach them other things, and then the next time you bring that information back, they totally understand it. All right, no doubt. I appreciate the flowers y'all giving me right now. Peace. All right. I'm going to 469. Yo, if y'all like what we talking about, all that stuff, man. Yo, let me get some ones on in the chats of the social media. Let me get ones in the gram, ones on TikTok. Just hit the ones in YouTube, Facebook. Hit me with some ones, please. Even if you on Blog Talk in the chat, hit me with some ones. Show some love. Although Blog Talk don't even matter because Blog Talk is shutting down January 26th. There'll be no more Blog Talk. I got to find another place to host my radio station. You know what I mean? Crazy. All right, I'm going to the next caller. I'm going to 803-856. Peace of Yahoo. I'm doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. How you doing? Right. Now, I taught that discharge method according to satisfaction. It works. Does it work every time? No. But because according to that law, that UCC, if they were to give it back within days, then you can't win. But some of them people too greedy to give it back, so we be winning. But what else is going on? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You know, lawyers did a whole class to other lawyers to watch out for accord and satisfaction that we were using it. And they told them, yo, the only way around it is to give it back. Or has to have a specific address they were supposed to mail it to. So if they didn't mail it to the right address, you could ignore it. But those are the two ways that the law says they can ignore it. All right, then. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you, brother. All right. So that's our show for the day. Yo, TikTok, man. I don't see no ones. Okay. I see a few ones. All these people on here, y'all can't give a brother a one. That's crazy. It don't take nothing. Just hit a one. All right. That's our show for the day. I hope y'all enjoyed. So keep on learning. More and more, we're gonna do it by law. It has no standing unless it has a law. A lot of teachers are teaching y'all stuff, and it's really not the right stuff because it has to be by law. Your man Jonah Bate only teaches by law. Word is bond. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here. I'm about to go get something to eat. Peace to Yahoo.